what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Chair Guys podcast. You know, we get it, guys. We're gonna be honest. Me and Vaughn have been noticing how much you guys love the new content, kind of not so much the podcast stuff. So maybe Chair Guys podcast. Its future is kind of unknown right now. We're gonna see what to do with it. But we're still here. We're still gonna be doing it. And
I'm still here.
We got none other than my co-host,
RS Vaughn.
RS
What's up,
Vaughn.
guys?
Let's go. And we
Let's
finally
go.
got a special guest. We linked up. Who we got?
It's me, Ellie. Y'all know. Good morning.
Good
We don't know.
mythical morning.
We don't know. We really don't know. We don't know. But look, we got albums to talk about with y'all. As you can see, you know what it is already. Let's talk about some albums, right? As you guys saw on the channel, which thank you so much for the views and all the love shown on our Blade Spider first listen reaction. We wanted to do kind of another check-in, like see if our thoughts changed at all. I've listened to the album a bunch. I feel like Vaughn's listened to the album a bunch. So now we have
times.
definitely a lot more of a better representation of how we feel about Spider. Because
And
on
of
first
course,
listen,
we also have
we
a
were both
Blade
a little
expert.
like,
We have a Blade expert with us.
we have a Blade expert.
So it's like
Ellie,
even
how
if,
many Blade
even if
scrubs do
our
you have?
opinions
Let us
haven't
know.
changed, then
Fuck. I got 30k scrubs.
30K Blade
I'm the
scrubs.
holder of the Chair Guys Blade crown.
Yep.
This
Yep.
is serious business here.
it's serious.
Discord.com/chairguys. Y'all go to that website. Y'all will get some free Chair Guys merch.
Facts.
But look, let's get into it. I'm going to open it up, Blade. Okay. Because like we said, we opened it up. Spider, Blade, we reacted to it. And I'm going to be honest, my thoughts are even better than last time. I still think that this is one of the best produced Blade projects. It sounds so good. It sounds so fresh. Blade isn't bringing in new styles. It's official that Blade has finally departed from his old sound. We're not getting it back. But we're getting this new stuff. And if this is still what we're getting, this is great. I love it. The album flows so well. I absolutely love how it's just like it's still so, every track is so vastly different, yet it's still so cohesive. It sounds like a cohesive project, and I absolutely love that about this album. I love how hard it goes. We got like Understatement. We got, honestly, Disaster Prelude goes really really hard for me. Ha 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 goes hard. Velociraptor. Everyone's been talking about Velociraptor. Super awesome. I didn't notice it until upon further listens, but Blade's over here using like CS:GO, or not CS:GO, just like CS noises, with like AK sprays and like pistols, and it's just great. Like you gotta love it. Blade is Blade, man. Like I can't get tired of this, and it's still just so good to listen to. But I will say, I don't think this album will like ever really break my top 3 Blade. Maybe not even top 4, but right now I think I can place this album securely as the 5th best Blade album. Fifth, including the solo work.
You serious, Rad
All right.
Neo?
I'm serious. This is a great project to listen to. I have a lot of fun with it. Like, come on now. Come on. There's a lot of fun.
It's a great project
Honestly,
to listen to.
Look, I went back, and one of the lower rated tracks on rateyourmusic.com, if you guys don't know that website, it's like Nothing. Nothing's a little bit of a lower rated track, but that's honestly one of my favorites. I love Wanda Mountain's feature on here. Everyone who pops up on here as a feature, which is only really 2, and Ty Boy's wife. But everyone who pops up on here did a great job. Echo's just getting so much better as a vocalist. Like, come on, you gotta admit, Vaughn. Echo's vocals killed it on here.
Why do you say
You
that
admit
every
that?
time? I literally like everything Echo does, like from the past like 2 years. Like
But you don't like E.
I'm not
you
an
don't like
Echo
E.
hater. I just don't like E.
You don't
that
like
much,
E.
Okay? Like, chill out, bro. I like all of his features. Okay.
I'm giving you Disappointed Mother.
I'm the finger wag.
Look,
Nobody liked that.
this is awesome. This is Blade. But look, I want to ask you. Let's get the ball rolling of conversation, huh? Because what do you think? Because if you guys watch the reaction in the description, subscribe. If you guys watch the reaction, Blade, Spider wasn't too big with Vaughn. Wasn't too big. So what are your thoughts, Vaughn? What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, in the reaction, I was a bit lukewarm, you could say.
Luke.
I enjoy pretty much everything Blade does, like for the most part. So that's just bottom line. Like, I enjoy this album. It's pleasant, but honestly, bruh, like I listened a few more times. My opinion is not changing at all. It's not that good, bro. It's not that good. Like there's just not that much standout material on this album for me. I mean, you have the single Drain Story, which is just insane. I love that beat. It's a crazy beat, creative beat. You got the two last songs, which I think are beautiful. I think they're a beautiful way to end
She's
the
always
album.
dancing.
Uriel outro, one of the
It's
best
beautiful.
melodies that Blade has done in a while. It's beautiful,
No, I
man.
agree. I agree.
And I think Icarus Freestyle grew on me a little bit seeing the video. I think that's a good track. It's a good banger track.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like just in general, it's just not hitting the same. And I don't really know what it is about it. I touched on it in the reaction that the production is pretty maximalist and it's pretty like in your face compared to everything else Blade has done. And I think it's something about that I don't like. It doesn't mesh with his vocal delivery for me or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can't put my finger on it, but it's just not hitting. It's just not hitting.
It's not hitting.
And
Do you think later on it could hit though? Like it could hit. It has the room to hit.
I mean, anything could hit later on, but like right now,
That's
like
true,
in
that's
the
true.
near future, I don't see it growing on me that much because it's just not much of it
That's
is
fair.
resonating with me. You know?
What I will say is what I like about this album more than like I guess some other Blade album is that it has a lot of like it's one of the best to listen to from start to finish. At least for me. Because you're kind of right. It doesn't have like certain songs don't have too much staying power. Like I don't want to be like, hold up, rewind. Like I don't want to do that with this project as much as like some other Blade projects, like The Fool or Ice Dancer or even Exeter. Honestly, there's like some tracks on Exeter where I'm just like, I'm gonna have to stop the album real quick. Let's restart that track. Let's
Yeah.
go back through one more time. So I will agree with you on that, and that's why I'm still not too blown away by it. Um, I'm gonna like I bumped it up a little bit, but even then, I just think that it's cool that Blade can still reinvent himself every single time and still make it sound really unique, sound really fun, and at the very least, it's gonna be a great listen. It was a great
It's still
listen.
it's still a fun album. It's still a cohesive album. It's like I don't dislike any of the songs, even if some of them are definitely like forgettable to me, like kind of in one ear out the other. Like they're still like nice. Like they're still like a nice listen. Like so.
Yeah.
It's
No, absolutely.
again, not a bad album, but I think for me personally, bro, this is like my least favorite Blade album. Like front to back.
No way.
Yeah.
No
I
way,
just
bro.
it's just not. Like half of the songs at least are just not
Bro.
hitting.
Okay, you're telling me Good Luck is better than this?
Yes. Definitely.
Every problem Vaughn has been saying it should be about 333. That
Yes.
album has so many forgettable tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The
Absolutely.
thing about 333,
No, it's true. It's true.
the thing about 333, I agree. There's some filler, but like the sound, like I just love the sound of 333. Like this sound, this electronic, like in your face, like with like some guitars and shit, like in Spiderr. That's just not for me. 333 just has a nice atmosphere.
So basically, what you're just saying is that like
it connects with me a lot more, even if it does have some filler.
So basically, what I'm getting from is that you're just not a big fan of Maximalist Blade.
I'm not
really
a
like
big
it when
fan
you
of the
spin all in
sound
your face.
of most of these tracks. And as I said, like most of my favorite tracks are the more chill ones where he's just kind of singing. It's just kind of like a cool atmospheric beat.
Yeah, like Blue Crush Angel,
Blue Crush Angel is a highlight, and the last two tracks and the It's Okay Not to Be Okay is really good. Like
yeah, I want to say Dresden ER too. Yeah,
Dresden ER is pretty good. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, like I like just the songs like Understatement and I'm slowly but surely losing hope, and like Velociraptor, like that's just too much for me. Like it just
I don't
doesn't
know. I
like
love
the production
understatement.
just doesn't mesh with his delivery for me. Like it's just like I don't know. It's a little out there.
Yeah, that's fair. Ellie, how you feeling about Blade? You're the Blade expert here. You got more say than us. More
It's
merits.
great.
You think
I
it's great?
think I think Understatement is definitely actually one of the best Blade intros. I think it's really cool, really fun.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think it's one of the strongest Blade intros for sure. I will agree with that much.
Mm.
Cause Blade intros have been known to go crazy. I mean, we're talking about some insane tracks here. We're talking about Delete. We're talking about freaking Smart Water. We're talking about like the full intro, which personally I think that's got to be in the conversation for some of the best Blade intro, right? Like not to push the agenda here, but like it's
I
it's
don't know about
it's
that.
up there,
I
you
don't know
know?
about that. I don't know
So
about that.
yeah,
Let your
but
He's got
hands
some crazy
dirty,
intros, man.
Anthony.
yeah, continue. Yeah, gotta get my hands dirty. Gotta get my hands dirty. Continue on.
Obviously, Icarus Freestyle, great track, great music video.
Yep.
One
In the
thing I
video.
am very happy about on the album is the Wanda Mountain feature.
Yeah. Did you know Wanda Mountain before this project?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
so around like 2018, in Wanda Mountain, he used to go by Inda Devone. He was just some kid that from Mongolia that's just making cool ass pop music. And
It's
now
fire.
like he got connected into DG through his clothing brand.
Yeah.
Uh and it's even referenced on Obedient where he the bar where he's like OD9.
Oh.
That's Wanda Mountain's clothing brand.
Okay. I
So
didn't know that.
they've been kind of connected for a while, but this is the first
Yeah.
time they've really collabed.
Okay, that's crazy. You see in the reaction, me and Vaughn didn't know who this man was at all. Like we didn't know. So that just shows we're fake drain.
Yeah,
Sound the alarms.
gotta
Deploy
go.
deploy the National Guard. It's a state of emergency. We're fake drain. Me and Vaughn are fake drain.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
Go.
no, I didn't know that.
Oh,
So that's super crazy. So is he part of Drain Gang or no?
no.
Okay, he's not part of drinking. Okay, he's not drinking. Okay, got it. Okay, continue. I'm
False
sorry. I just
alarm.
needed to get that out the way. Need to get that out the
hmm
way.
Echo on here. He's doing echo things. Sounds
Yep.
really nice.
Yeah, he's doing echo
Um,
things. Doing echo things.
ha ha ha. That's. I think that is just like peak Blade. Blade having fun making music.
Yeah,
He's not being serious, but it ends up sounding good. It's great.
yeah, and I like that about Blade. He can still have fun with his music, right? Like I don't think Blade is ever trying to make too grand of a statement or trying to paint this crazy picture about thing. He still allows himself to have fun in a lot of his music. I mean, we'd see that with that DJ Billy Bull song this year. You know,
Oh
that
yeah.
was a super fun track. Super fun track. Loved it. No, I agree. Continue.
Brain Story. Vaughn said one of the best on the album. Velociraptor, another one of the best. But my
You agree with
favorite,
Drain Story being one of the best?
yeah, Drain Story is definitely one of the best.
Yeah, yeah,
But my personal favorite is Dresden ER.
yeah,
I was re-listening today and it just clicked.
yeah. So would you say you prefer like the slower tracks on the album, kind of like Vaughn, or you're just all around? You're loving everything.
I love it all. I love
Yeah,
Blade.
I love Blade. We all love Blade here. Yeah, no, I mean it's great music, and honestly, I'm still loving that he's still kind of in this like spirituality pocket as far as his lyricism goes. It's kind of cool. I feel like Blade's gonna trick people into becoming like all spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
he's gonna Blade's bringing the kids. He's putting kids back in churches. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna be the Vamps versus the Spiritual Drainers.
Ooh, who's winning? Who y'all got? Vamps or the Drainers?
Vamps,
Vamps or Drain?
bruh. The
Yeah.
Vamps got Diddy
Vamps.
Bop.
The Vamps. You're right. The Vamps do got Diddy Bop.
I don't know,
Who
but
you who you got, Vaughn?
I think love beats all. So
You think Love
I think
beats all?
I think spiritual drainers. Here's one thing that they don't have yet. They're not tapped into Todd Edwards. I think
Oh,
that could be a very valuable asset to their army. I think that would push them over the edge. Right now, it's harder to tell.
But the Vamps don't got Todd Edwards either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they acquire Todd Edwards into their army of
Oh.
spiritual drainers, like they will have the upper hand for sure.
Do you think? Would you want to hear a Blade X Todd Edwards track?
I mean, I think it would be cool to hear like a Todd Edwards remix of a Blade.
Yeah, that's what I
track.
mean. Like a
Yeah.
remix. Yeah, like a remix.
I think it could be good. It could be good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna be good. But
Mhm.
like, I don't know. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
So you're saying?
I think Blade could hop on some UK garage that's maybe a little more bouncy and like a little more dancey. Because I mean, Todd's
kind of like
drums don't really hit
more
like that.
kind of like
they're
more new school UK
Yeah,
garage,
like,
Conducta,
almost like
kind of like Conducta.
Pink Panther-esque, like just for me, like that kind of wave. Like I could see him hopping on that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, haven't they met up before? I feel like Pink Panthers and Blade have been seen together before, maybe at like
I
the
don't
same
know.
party,
I think they
same
know about each other or something.
the same
but, like,
function, perhaps. They were at the same
Yeah,
function.
I think you're confusing Pink Panthers with Baby X Sosa.
No, I'm not talking about Baby Sosa because I know they were watching Playboy Cardi together.
Yeah.
But I feel like Pink Panthers was at some sort of function where Blade was also present. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting
even if
getting
that's
people
not true,
mixed up.
then I feel like they're within the realm of like a possible collab.
Yeah, for sure. So you're saying Vamp's not winning, Spiritual Drainer's not winning. It's it's Todd Edwards is winning.
Love beats out in the end. That's all I'm saying. So
Love beats out in the end. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, I feel like Vamps, they got the energy to them, so they might be able to beat them. You know, the
even
Vamps
if
are
they
crazy.
beat them in the present time, Love wins at the end. At the end of the day.
Love,
So like they could have the
Love
upper hand for a
wins.
while, but like they're not gonna make the change that like changes the world. You know what I'm saying?
But what if the Vamps pull out a gun and just like shoot?
Okay,
you, like,
this is stupid, bro. Like
I'm just saying.
you're
saying.
stupid, bro.
Spiritual Drainers wouldn't do that. Just saying. They're learning about Christ. They're opening up the Bible. Learning about. Actually, did you know that on Blade's forehead there's like a some like writing in Hebrew
No, I didn't.
that says like truth. It says truth on it. Interesting. I don't know if Blade is trying to call himself like
Fascinating.
a prophet or anything. But it's interesting. He doesn't seem to be tapped into like just one section of, he's not attaching himself to just Catholicism or like just Christianity. Like he's also throwing some other stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
No.
But okay. Look, Vaughn. It's okay. It's okay that this album's not a grower on you. We're gonna get there, right? We're gonna get there.
It could be.
But now, look, let's have a different conversation. Where is this placing in Blade covers? Where is this placing?
Unfortunately, man, that's gonna be last as well. It kind of reflects
No way, dude.
Listen, bro. It maybe not last. I might like it more than the full. The full cover is not.
Okay, that's fair.
The
that's
full
fair.
cover is
That's
not
fair.
outstanding. Like it's good.
It's not. I will give you that.
But it kind of reflects my feelings on the album, where it's good, like it's fun, it's a interesting change of pace. But I feel like the Blade aesthetic is just like too strong. Like I feel like his album cover game is so strong that like this is just like it's just like a little bit of a downgrade.
So you're saying it's basically just too normal for Blade?
I mean, I don't know if it's normal, but like I feel like he just has such a strong like aesthetic to him already that like he doesn't need to switch it up.
I don't think he's switching it up per se. I feel like I could see this being in like a. This seems kind of like in the realm of something Blade would do. No?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was a left turn for sure. Like Drain
That's fair.
Story cover art. I think like the Drain Story cover art was like stereotypical Blade. Like I'm not saying I would have preferred that cover, but like
that's like a Blade type cover.
More
That's like
in the realm of Blade covers. Like
yeah.
Like
yeah.
this is out
I feel
there.
like that's a Blade type cover. But why does Blade? Why is he holding a knife on the Drain Story? Why has he got the cutter on him? You know? Is that a Turnabout
I'll be
reference?
honest, I never even noticed that.
Yeah, he's got a.
Oh, on Drain Story. I thought you meant Spiderr.
Yeah, on Drain Story.
Oh,
no.
okay.
On Drain Story, he's got a little
I don't
knife
care,
on
bro.
him.
Nobody cares. I'm just being honest.
He's feeling the tourney.
He's feeling turnabout.
The Haunted Mountain influence
The Haunted Mountain influence.
is creeping in.
Look, I will say, honestly, this is one of my favorite Blade covers. I absolutely love it. I don't know if it's touching maybe per se like your Exeter or like your Ice Dancer, but I really like this cover. It's just cool to look at. And I think
is.
my favorite part about it is that like the web is like kind of like everywhere, kind of on the cover. I like that
Yeah,
the
bro.
spider's what's that? Is that like the spider's butt? Is that like his butt? I don't know the anatomy of a spider, but like it's got like the little galaxy in it, which is really cool.
Okay.
My only
Yeah,
thing is just
it's a great
why
cover. It's a great cover.
is Blade's hands like red? Like is he holding like raspberries? Did he like squish raspberries?
Yeah, he's
in
like
his
crushing
hand?
berries in his hands.
Why is he crushing berries? Why he's got a spider on him?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It's there's
Why,
a lot
like,
of questions,
That's
a lot
not
of unanswered
nobody.
questions.
You're the only person that like asked that question.
But these are the things you got to think about in a podcast mindset.
No, you don't, bro. Like,
Bring up
we could just talk about the music.
conversation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's fair. Ellie, what do you think of the cover? What do you think of the cover?
I really like it.
Yeah,
I
you
think
really like it.
it's cool.
Yeah, W cover.
It's cool.
W cover.
Like until you said it was like berries, I thought it was like a brain or like maybe spider eggs or some shit
Oh,
like that.
I can
it
see
could
the
be
spider
eggs.
eggs.
It could be eggs.
Could be
I don't know.
eggs. But it looks like raspberries.
I assume like he's in the woods. He's in like the whimsical woods, and he's a big lumberjack dude. Like
The
just
whimsical
picking berries.
woods.
He's
Bruh.
like picking berries, and then he finds a spider on one of the berries.
Yeah.
But he like
No,
befriends the spider because he like loves all life.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's at Lonely Lodge. That's where he's at.
Okay.
Try again.
Lonely Lodge. Is that not what it was called?
It doesn't
Y'all know
matter.
y'all
bro.
know, y'all remember
was a
Fortnite?
miss
Y'all
either
remember that
way.
one Fortnite
It was a
drop?
miss either way.
Oh, it's Wailing Woods. He's in Wailing Woods.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, let's get top threes. Let's get top threes.
Yeah.
All right. Ellie, I want you to give me your top three. Right here, right now. Give me your top three.
Alright. Dresden ER,
Mhm.
Drain Story, Understatement.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Vaughn, give me your top three.
Train Story, number 1.
Mhm.
Uriel outro, number 2,
Yep.
and She's Always Dancing, number 3.
She's always dancing. Okay. Give me Nothing, number 1. Give me Uriel outro, number 2. And then as a tie, give me Drain Story or Understatement.
No ties.
No ties. Then I'm gonna have to choose Understatement. Then
See, wasn't so hard.
I have to choose. Yeah, well, if you're forcing me to, I'm
Fraudulent
choosing
tie. Fraudulent tie.
Fraudulent tie. Okay, that's fair.
All right, guys, it's time for the next album, and I'm taking
next album?
over.
What is it? What is it? What is the next album?
It's the new Bjork album, her first in 5 years since
Wow.
Utopia came out in 2017. And this is the
Wow.
first Bjork album that I've been around to experience the release of since I got into her. And
How was
we
the
did a
release? How
Bjork
was
tier
it?
list
Huh?
a few weeks back.
Yeah.
And I think the consensus, well, it wasn't really a consensus. I don't like Utopia at all. So, like, I was kind of worried for this album. Like, honestly, I feel like Bjork was on a downward trend with Utopia, but it could just be a fluke, right? So, like, I'm, like, cautiously optimistic for this album. And I went into it hoping that it was a return to form. And, I don't know, man.
It's not a return to form.
I'm not really feeling it. I think it's definitely an improvement on Utopia, if only for the fact that's not an hour and 15 minutes. At least it's like 50 minutes. Like, so like even if the whole thing was like horribly boring, it still wouldn't be worse than Utopia. But the whole thing isn't horribly boring. It's a step up. It's definitely a step up. I mean, I think there's a few pretty cool songs. I think like Ovule is really cool. That song has like some weird vocals in the back. Like it's like the vocals are. It sounds like they're being played on a synth. Like it doesn't sound like a choir singing. Actually, like it sounds like it's
Yeah.
being played. It's a really cool sound, and definitely brings back like kind of the flute sounds and like the wind instruments from Utopia. But they're a lot more clear and more front and center in this album, and I think that's pretty cool. You know.
Yeah.
I think it has some cool electronic moments as well on like the title track and a topos where things kind of get a little crazy. But I think the biggest problem is just that Bjork is going in circles, man. Like even on
You think so?
Volnakira,
Yeah.
which I thought was a great album in 2015. Even on Volnakira, like she's using the same melodies, she's using the same singing style. She's using weird time signatures, and it's just not really clicking with me. Like it's starting to get old, man. And I
Yeah.
feel like the songwriting and like the songs on here are just not that great. Like I don't know, it's kind of hard to place my finger on, but I feel like she's just going in
You know,
circles.
I
Like
I kind of want to disagree because the thing is, I think I think it's honestly just the way she delivers her lines because she's still saying very interesting things. Like for example on Victimhood, which maybe is just the highlight of her songwriting. But she has lines where she's talking about I sacrificed myself to save us. I rejected myself, sacrificed myself. I felt sorry for myself to transgress us out of this society, out of this tragedy, my bad.
wow,
Like she's
you
still
took
saying a
notes.
lot of I did take notes. I took a lot of notes
Good job.
because I don't want to steal your thunder. I'm gonna let you finish, but I actually really thought this album was great, and I got a lot of love for it. But I do still have some problems with it. But go ahead, continue, because I want to hear what you got to say.
I mean, I don't have too much more to say, but I feel like I feel like the production is cool, but it's not cool enough to elevate it past like to elevate it to like a level where I'm not kind of bored like
Yeah,
throughout the album. Like I'm just kind of bored,
yeah,
but I don't know.
yeah.
Um, it's definitely better than Utopia, like I said, but it's just like there's just something missing. There's just something missing, and something that falls flat with just how these songs sound and how they progress. And unfortunately, I think Bjork is kind of, at least for me, what I enjoy about her music, she's fallen off before I could even get into her.
Yeah.
Because even the best track on here, which is Ovule, in my opinion, is just not up to par with like the great Bjork songs that like from previous albums. Like even like the worst song on Volnakira is probably still better than my favorite song here. So
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. It's
Um,
it's not horrible,
I
but
wanna, yeah, I wanna take it from here because personally, actually, here, Ellie, what did you think? Ellie, what did you think?
I don't know. Is kind of a disappointment for
Oh,
me.
because you really love Bjork. I mean, in the background we can see you got debut and you got Vespertine there. So like, what is it you love about Bjork? What is the thing that attracts you most to her?
I just love how like Bjork's voice just goes like so well with the instrumentation on all of her like classic shit. It's just
Hmm.
like it's just not something you find anywhere
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
yeah. And
Like
so this album,
Bjork singing still good obviously, but
yeah,
I don't like the production just doesn't feel the same, and I feel like the features on this album they don't bring anything.
really, I kind of disagree.
that's
I kind
that's
of
another
disagree.
thing. Actually, I forgot to comment on. Like half of the features I didn't even notice until I looked at the song and saw that there was a feature. Like I feel like these people are being severely underutilized. Like they're literally just like singing in the back of the song. Other than like the last song, Her Mother's House, which I think is a good use of a feature, but I feel like they're I just don't even notice the presence of a feature. Like what's the point?
For me personally, I feel like the only one that was kind of like not all there for me was the one with Serpent with Feet on Fungal City.
That's probably the
That was
worst
the only.
example.
Yeah, that was the only one. But honestly, for example, on like Allow, we have Emily Nicholas like kind of like whispering in our ear on the other side, and I think that's cool because I think Bjork just happens to use features in an entirely different way that not really anyone else, right? Like when
Hmm.
someone has a feature, they step aside, they stop. Bjork doesn't. When someone's coming on as a feature, she's either singing with them, she's letting them get like an ad lib out, you know what I'm saying? Like I just think it's because Bjork just does so many things differently, and we just gotta catch up because s- Bjork still somehow manages to be ahead of the curve with this album. Truthfully and honestly, it's still super unique. It's still super cool. We got this mixing of like Gabber with like her typical sound on like Fossora. Like we have Ovule, which honestly my only complaint about Ovule is that the cool like dance beat kind of like the drums don't really kick in until like the end of the track. Where we have like maybe like a couple, I think it's like 40 seconds, something like that, to just kind of really take in that beat, like the all those drums. So I just want to get into it and just say that I still think this is a great project because at the end of the day, even a bad Bjork album, and we touched upon this in the tier list, even a Bjork album that isn't really bringing Bjork's A game is still a great album in general, right? Like it's still her being ahead of the curve. I feel like this is
I don't
still
know.
this is still innovative. It
I
still
don't
is
think
for me personally.
I'm gonna disagree because I don't think it's innovative. I don't think this album's gonna change anything in the future. I could be wrong, but I feel
You can
like
be innovative and not end up changing anything. Like I
that's
feel
kind of
like
the definition of innovative, buddy. But it is unique. It is a unique album, and what I want to say is that nobody else has made an album that sounds like any of Bjork's albums, especially in the
yeah,
past like 10 years. Because Volnacura, Utopia, and this album have such a distinct sound. The problem is that I've already heard this sound on Volnacura and Utopia, and it's just not done as well. I mean, it's a little different, but the music is just not hitting. Like the soundscape is cool for like a few songs, but then once you get past that, you need to also have good songwriting, which old Bjork has. Good, composition, good beats, good drums, which old Bjork has, and new Bjork just doesn't really. Like there's nothing that's like really connecting with me other than like a few standout moments like on the title track and like a topos. And it's just like the songs are just not compelling beyond just the surface level sounds that she's using and her voice being nice and like it's just like I feel like I've heard all of this before. Even there's tracks where it's like actually just like the same melody that she's used before. Like Ancestress is just the final track on Vespertine. Like it's the same exact melody. It's like, dude, like we don't need this. Like I honestly just wish that. I mean, this is kind of a selfish because obviously this album is getting good reception and people are enjoying it. So I'm not saying this like actually, but I I kind of wish Bjork would just retire because it feels like she's not bringing anything new to her sound. Like her sound
hmm,
is still fresh compared to everyone else, but she hasn't made any actual progress like in her own sound, even if it still sounds different than everything else. Does that make
yeah.
sense?
No, I do get that because at the end of the day, I do notice that it's that like she's been kind of like not so much phoning it in, but like she's still doing the same vocals she has been, and
Yeah,
so
I
I
feel
I
like
kind of
ever
get
since
that.
what's the 20 uh
The
it's one of your favorites. It's before Volnacura, Biophilia. Like I feel like
biophilia, yeah.
that and Volnacura are good, but like you can kind of see the decline of creativity from there, where it's just like
I don't know
it
if it's
feels
a
like she's
decline.
just kind of stagnating a little bit.
I don't know if it's a decline of creativity, more so a decline of her interest in like songwriting. Like she seems to have focused all of her time. She's putting her eggs in one basket of like soundscapes too much because that's what Bjork is really focused on with her recent albums. It's just
Yeah,
like
you have a good point.
soundscapes. She wants to
It's not
create this like
necessarily
atmosphere.
creativity. Yeah.
Yeah, because think about it. Like there's tracks on here like I bear with me guys. Like the track 6, the Fugurt ear, whatever. Like that's like 44 seconds. Like
Yeah.
it is a 44-second song. She has a song on here like Mycelia that's like 2 minutes. You think it's about to transition into something and then it just doesn't.
I thought that was cool
Um,
too, but it's just not like it's not like a standout song.
yeah,
It's not
the thing is
like the
with
interlude on Vespertine, which I forget
yeah,
the name of, but that's like a beautiful interlude. Like that's actually a compelling song on its own. And I'm not
mhm,
saying every interlude needs to be that, but like it's kind of like a microcosm of my problems with this album. It just doesn't
yeah.
stand.
I
Sorry,
think
doesn't stand
Frosty
out.
is the track you're thinking of. I
Yeah,
think
Frosty.
Frosty is the song.
Yeah,
Yeah. You see, my thing is I understand that at the end of the day what Bjork is making is almost it's not even like look, hear me up, is not even more so music, it's more just like an art piece. Like when I listen to Bjork, I have to shift my brain in the way I'm thinking about, okay, what am I coming to with this album, right? Because she's making art pieces. Like it's almost like going to a museum to go look at an art installation. I'm listening to these sounds and stuff like that. And I know that at the end of the day, there's Bjork albums where I can return to. And her later stuff is just not something you need to return to, you want to return to. It doesn't, and I don't think that has anything to do with the quality of the album. Now I will say there are some tracks where I'm just like, okay, like Trolla Gabba. I'm not too big on Bjork getting so loud and scratchy and like abrasive. I'm not too big on it. Which I don't know. To me, it's just like Bjork is painting this little beautiful picture of like the Smurfs and shit. I don't know. We're just getting a
I
Smurfs
think
ass art pop album.
I think it's your point is sort of valid because it's like not all music is supposed to be super replayable where you just put it on and listen to it. Like I could
Yeah,
listen to Post a few times in a row or like just put on any song from it. Like but like this album is definitely not that. But like there are plenty of albums that are not that I don't return to often that are still like great experiences and don't bore me. So there's obviously
yeah.
something different at least for me. Um like it's not I don't know. I just don't see the like what she's getting at with this album, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Honestly, I think it's just because I had a really good listen when I listened to Bjork. I like went outside, like walked around in the cold because it's getting really cold here, and I was just walking around with this at full volume in my ears. Because I mean, really realistically, you got to make sure you're listening to Bjork albums really loud, or else it's just gonna kind of get annoying if it's just in the background, right? And so I listened to it,
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, this is just beautiful. I love all the sounds that she's doing on here. There's like some tracks where she's playing with a lot of really cool strings, like on Ancestress, and I really love the bells and the climax of Ancestress. Victimhood is it's nice to see Bjork getting kind of dark, because like Utopia wasn't really that. We haven't seen like kind of like dark Bjork in a little bit. And so I guess if this is the closest we're getting to that, it's really cool. And I don't mean dark as in like it just has a little bit more of a different sound than she's usually approaching
Yeah.
recently. And then Allow, like I said, has super cool drums. I think the drums in Allow is awesome. And like I said, she just utilizes features in a much different way. Um, because the way people average do features, it's not typical, right? Bjork is not a typical person. She's always going to do things differently. It's almost like she's just going out of her way and bending backwards to make things differently. I don't know why, but in my notes, I randomly just wrote the word gnomes. I have no idea. It's just gnomes by itself, nothing else. I don't know why.
This sounds like some gnomes are
Um,
running around, man.
it does, like I'm telling you, like it sounds like you walked into a mystical forest. Like I feel like this album and Spider. It's good that we paired these two. It's good that we paired these two. You know, but I'm just happy with it at the end of the day. Am I gonna return to it? I don't know. Maybe when my CD comes in, because I want to start collecting all the Blade albums on. I mean, not Blade, Bjork albums on CD, because I think they're still great fucking artwork to just kind of look at. Even though with this one, the only thing I think about when I look at this cover is that I'm trying to figure out if like it spells anything out, but I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I feel like Bjork would try and be that kind of person to try and spell it out because she's
I don't
done it
think she.
before.
Yeah, I like the album cover though.
Yeah, I like
Um,
the album cover. I think it's a great album cover.
Ellie.
But no, I just Ellie, yeah, what's up?
Oh, what's up?
What are you thinking?
I
Like
don't know,
I
like,
mean,
yeah. What are you thinking?
what are you thinking?
Of the cover?
Just
Just
the
the album,
music.
just the
I
album,
want to hear you
just the
talk a little
music.
more.
Yeah, yeah,
Bjork. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, bro. It's
You
like
weren't,
not
so
that good.
you just weren't
Yeah,
really blown
it's
away
not
by
that
it.
good, bro. It's not that
Nah.
good.
That's fair. I mean, the highest rated track on here is Fossora, which I honestly kind of get it, but I'm also surprised because it's the Gabber track, and I'm
I
like,
think
wow,
that's
okay, people.
I think that's probably I said Oviol is my favorite, but that's definitely like second because like I feel like that is, even though it's still not doing anything new for Bjork, at least
Mhm.
in my mind, like it's not that new because I mean she's had this kind of thing on Biophilia and All Vonacura, but it is at least like a cool moment, like when the
Yeah,
drums kick in, like it's pretty cool. Like it's hard not to appreciate that, but
yeah.
yeah.
I just think that honestly, it just sounds like some Disney soundtrack, and then Bjork's coming in with her Icelandic
That's
hands and touching on it a lot.
it was the same thing with Utopia for me where it's like you say like the it sounds like you're walking into to the woods, like the whimsical woods, man, and like gnomes running around and shit. And it's like that is cool, but I just like Utopia, I feel like after the first couple of tracks, it just wears off. Like and I'm just left with like music that is just not engaging me. So,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
will say
There's
on
just
my
not
first couple
enough
of
here
listens,
for me.
yeah, on my first couple of listens after like a Topos and Ovule, like Mycelia, the tracks just started to blend into one another and just morph it into itself. And that's why I point out like the soundscape things and just kind of like almost like an art piece for you to visit once and then move on from it, right? Like that's how I feel it. And I guess
Yeah,
it's kind of like a
I would
shit
maybe like it
defense with
more
music, but like
if I never heard Bjork before, or
mhm,
if I went straight from Medulla to this, like I would probably like it more. But I just feel like it's getting she's just
it's
getting
getting old.
repetitive. Yeah, it's just getting old.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see where she goes. I mean, it'll take another 5 years, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't really have like a schedule. She just kind of does it when she pleases. So
Yeah,
who knows? We could get another. I don't know. It's just I guess Bjork is getting pretty old, right? Like how old is she now? Like
she's not like horribly old. I think she's like 50 or like
she's like
maybe
56.
okay, okay. But I mean, she's got a few years left to be making music. I'm not like
Hmm.
I'm not saying she should retire or anything like that,
Yeah.
but like it's just not for me. I don't know. Just her new stuff is just not for me.
I will say I would still go to a Bjork show
Oh,
if this
I
for this
for
album
sure
for this
would,
album for
yeah,
this
because she
tour.
does like crazy sets and outfits and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
even if I hated the music part, which I wouldn't, but even if I did, like it would be cool.
What if you were going to the Fossora show and then she just performed the entirety of Utopia? Then how would you feel?
It would still be cool with like live instrument. I assume there's live, like people playing the
Yeah, yeah,
songs. Yeah,
she
yeah,
does do
yeah.
live stuff.
It would still be cool. I think.
No, that's fair. But all right then, look, let's move into our top threes. All right, we still got another album to talk about. Still got a lot of love to throw around. A lot of love to throw around. So Vaughn, give me your top three, bro. If you have a top three, do you have a top three?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going Ovule and Fossora and Atapos.
Topos, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Topos is still a great track. I think it's actually that was a really good lead single.
I didn't really like it when it came out, but it's growing on me a little bit. It's a cool song. Yeah.
I actually really like it when artists like their lead single or something like that is going to be like the first track on the album. I think that's smart because you're not
People
giving anything away.
people complain about when the last track is the single, but honestly, I think that works well because in some cases, like you've heard the track a few times, so when it
Hmm.
comes at the end of the album, you already know it and you kind of like resonate with it more. I don't know.
Hmm.
There's few examples, but I think of the Life of PR5 last year that
Hmm.
where he put out the last track as the single, and I thought it hit better.
Yeah.
Sorry
And
for
then
that
I mean, for
tangent.
another instance of like releasing a track that's the first single, obviously Bjork did it, and then recently Wise Blood were waiting for her album.
Mm.
She did it. That's going to be the first track on the album, which makes so much
Well, it just
sense.
makes sense because it's
And
supposed to be a tone setter for the
mhm,
album anyway. So like, why
yeah,
not just release that first?
yeah, no, absolutely. Okay then. So that's your top three. Good top three. Good top three. Ellie, give me your top three.
Ovule, Fossora, and Sarfa Soil.
Mm.
Okay. Sorry for
Yeah.
Sawyer. That was a great track. Love that
Yeah,
track.
interesting. It's interesting.
My top three. I'm gonna have to go with Victimhood. I'm gonna have to go with Allow, and then I'm gonna give it to Ovule. Really, really did like Ovule. I just
That's
wish the dance beat came in a little bit more. I really wanted to see that expand upon. I guess that's really my only problem with the album is well, I have several, but still, that's another problem, I guess. It's just that like she picks and chooses when she wants these like the next part of the song to come in, and it's either too early or too late. Like I feel like on the Fossora, the
yeah.
Gabber part comes in and like stays for a little bit, and it's
Yeah,
like
I feel like that
okay,
is good timing. I feel like
yeah,
that it kind of goes in hand with what I was saying this whole time, but like like if this album just had like more danceable beats or something, or more like conventional time
yeah,
signatures or something, then I could at least like vibe with the tracks or like groove with them a little bit.
yeah,
But like it's just so weird. It's just like
yeah. I guess
yeah,
I guess at this point, Bjork is just becoming too weird to the point where it's like not doing much for people. Because I
yeah.
remember when
But
the
I
album
mean,
was first
this is
announced,
getting good reception though, like especially compared
it
to
is.
Utopia. So
Yeah, it
it's
is.
kind of just me. It's kind of just me, but that's
No,
whatever.
that's fair. I mean, it's not too far off from Utopia. It's a little far off, but I mean, people aren't raving about it. They're just being like, "Yep, great album." And I think that's just kind of it. I don't know. But another thing about it is just yeah, I think if anything, I think what's going to save Bjork is if she just changes the way she delivers lines so that people can pick up on the lyricism and people can actually like
That
listen to
might
the
be part of it
songwriting.
too, because honestly, I wasn't really tapped into the lyrics that much. So
Yeah, because I feel like
I
yeah,
might be
I
missing.
had to go and
I'm
read the
probably
lyrics
missing
every
like
single
some cool
time.
stuff, but
Yeah. No. But look, guys, we still got another album. And the next album we got next up is a classic picked none other than by Ellie. I'm going to be honest, it's the first time I've ever listened to it, but it is for sure a classic, I will say. For sure a classic. And it's Songs About Leaving by CARISSA'S WIERD. Ellie, what do you have to say about this album? Why did you choose it? What's up with this album? Let me know. Because I don't know anything about this band. I'm not asking you to give me a history. I just want to know what's up with this album.
I think it has one of the greatest
Mhm.
vocals in an album I've heard.
Okay. Yeah. By who? By the guy or the girl? Because I know there's like two
The
different singers,
girl.
right? Jen Ghetto, is that her name? Jen Ghetto. Got you. Okay. Let me know. Keep letting me know what's up with this album. Because honestly, I never really got into slowcore, but this is another album I think to introduce me into slowcore a little bit, and I'm really loving. I'm really loving it. Really loving it. So I want to know a little bit more. What's up with this album? What? I want to know. Feed me info.
This is one of the greatest down bad albums you can listen to.
Yeah, I will say I was laying in bed last night listening to it. I was feeling pretty. I was down in the dumps. You know, is that like one picture of SpongeBob and Gary come home? You know what I'm saying? When he's just like sitting
yeah,
there, his like nose is
yeah,
plop.
yeah.
That's how I was feeling, man. This is an emotional album. It's definitely an emotional album. It's very lethargic. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
got those vibes. I also really love the cover. Really loving the cover too. It's awesome. Like tiger, like the lions. I was about to say tigers, but they're lions. The lions are like puking blood. Like, damn, what's up, lions? Like, y'all are supposed to be majestic. That's not majestic. What's up with that? You know, what's up with that? Y'all feel me?
Let me
Feel
let
you.
me take hold. Let me take hold of
Oh,
the
take over,
conversation.
take over, take hold.
This album is beautiful. It's beautiful, man.
Yes,
It's
Yes,
beautiful.
I agree.
What jumped out
Yes,
at
I
me,
agree.
what jumped out at me instantly was the mixing. Not trying to sound like a nerd, but this
Yeah.
is just one
No,
of the
no, no,
few
you're right.
albums where the mixing jumps out and it's like everything sounds perfectly in its place and nothing is clashing with each other. It just sounds amazing. Like every instrument sounds amazing. You can hear like the guitar, like you can hear like the fingers sliding across the guitar strings and shit like that. I just love that.
Yep.
It just supports the
Yep.
vibe of the album so much. And the vibe of the album is very sad.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, just because of the sheer beauty of everything, it leans more towards like, reassuring and reaffirming than like straight up depressing. It can definitely play along that line, but like I think just like tracks like the Only Miss You When You Leave and Farewell to All These Rotten Teeth, like they just explode with strings and piano and guitar and the vocals, and it just sounds beautiful. Like it's just like a
Yeah.
beautiful like symphony of like sadness and shit like that. I don't know. It just sounds
No.
good, bro. It just sounds so good.
Yeah.
I think yeah, the female vocals sound great. As do the male vocals. I think they work beautifully together, especially on that first track. Um just like the harmonies and stuff. God damn it. I don't know why I've been like running out of breath when I speak lately. Like it's kind of
Mhm.
fucked up. Like
Might
this
want to get that checked,
podcast is
bro.
fucking me up, man. Like I got to work on my breath control. But
You might want to work. Yeah, maybe go see a
yeah,
doctor, bro.
this album is beautiful, bro. I don't know. It's beautiful. Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't get to listen to it that much for this podcast, but I could see it becoming like a favorite of mine because I really resonate with the vibe of this album. I really love the sound. I really
Yeah.
love just those moments where like everything comes together and everything sounds beautiful and they're all playing like a different melody at the same time. It just comes together. And yeah, I don't know. It's a very good album. It's a very good one.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be honest. I did also listen to this album when I was outside, just kind of like walking around in like the
Mm.
damp, because it's been raining around
Yeah,
around here a lot too.
I was gonna say this. It's been raining. It's been a little
Yeah.
colder, and this is like the
Hmm.
perfect album to introduce that
No,
weather.
absolutely.
It's like just looking out at the rain. I was in the car looking out at the rain, and it was just hitting. It was just hitting, man.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is for sure a fall album.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it most definitely is. And I mean, honestly, I want to look for more music like this. Like I'm really just opening up. I'm understanding. And it's still at the end of the day with music like this, like kind of like slowcore, kind of like that. What's gonna make or break it is the vocalists, whether the vocalist got it or not. And they definitely have it. I
Yeah.
thought it was really cool that we're getting a blend of like male and female vocals, and one person isn't entirely taking over the other. Like it's just it works so well, and I love that it feels so vulnerable. I love when music specifically, like you stated, Vaughn, like you can hear them damn near like moving their fingers on the guitar,
Yeah, like
and and
literally.
and I love that sound. An artist that does that is one of my favorite artists, pianist Haruka Nakamura. He's got a lot of albums where like when he's on the piano, you can hear him damn
Yeah,
near switching the pedals, and
yeah.
it's just sounds so great. Like I
It's
love
kind of
that
the
because
same
it
effect
adds.
when you leave in like your little fuck ups when you're singing or something like
Hmm.
that. Like you just leave it raw, and it
Yeah.
adds so much. It adds so much.
Yeah, it's just this kind of music. I don't know where this band is from, but like it just kind of they're from Seattle. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But it just like I can just like imagine like an old ass house, and they're just singing in this old ass house, and it's like also rickety, and I don't know, man. Like I just love this kind of music where it just feels like the entire time they're performing, they just got like their heads down the entire time, and I don't know. It's very powerful, and I'm glad I
Yeah.
keep listening to music like this because I noticed that like nowadays I don't listen to a lot of music that like makes me angry or makes me sad, but like you kind of need that kind of music in your life, music to kind of help you listen to when you're sad. And I want like a more larger variety of that kind of stuff. And so definitely this is gonna become one of my favorites. I'm definitely gonna say that.
You asked last week
Hmm.
my go to album for when I'm sad. This could be it. This could be it. Like I can see it.
No, no, absolutely. One of my favorite tracks on here is what the fuck is it called? Sorry, Sophisticated Fuck Princess. Please leave me alone. It's just
Yeah. The
the names are
titles
all
are
so like,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it's just kind of like it has that angst to it that I really like with the titles. Like they're all just so like over the top, like Farewell to All These Rotten Teeth, low budget slow motion soundtrack song for the lead. Like it's kind of cute, and it has its charm to it that I really love about it. But yeah, like that track, for example, is just so damn gorgeous, bro. Like you can't help but want to like feel some emotion to it, right?
Yeah.
I love it. It's super awesome. And I mean, this isn't something that like I'm completely foreign to. Like I do listen to a good amount of like chamber pop, I guess, but like I said, it's very much like make or break for me whether those vocalists are good or not, right?
Yeah.
Cause
It's not necessarily like when I come to like slowcore or even like singer songwriter with just like a similar
yeah,
mood to this album. It's not necessarily the vocalist that'll make or break it. It's because my main problem with a lot of albums that have a very like sad vibe to it
yeah,
is repetition, because a lot of
mm,
them are just guitar and vocals, or like maybe they bring in an instrument here and there and it gets repetitive. There's definitely not a problem with that on this album. It's
yeah,
it's
no,
only 44 minutes and there's so much variety in the instrumentation. Like there's some songs where it is just guitar and vocals pretty much. There's some songs where it's just like piano, and then there's some songs which are probably my favorite songs when they bring in everything at once and it just is like this cacophony of emotion. And yeah, this album doesn't have a problem with repetition at all. It's very, it's cohesive, but it's very engaging as well. Like it's not like you're not gonna get bored.
yeah,
So
no, and
that's
also
a big
you pointed
strength
out
for
a
me within the genre
yeah.
of like slowcore and shit like that.
Yeah, no, you pointed out another great thing about it is the fact that it's just like 44 minutes. You get in, you can get out almost, you know? Like I don't think I honestly now the more and more I think about albums and I listen to them, they really should not be exceeding like an hour. You know, that's perfect time. Like I get it if you have a concept or you're kind of doing something with the album, then that's fine. But if it's something like this where you just have like these nice collection of tracks that are sounding, you know, cohesive and stuff like that, and you have an idea, then that's great. 45
Yeah.
minutes, you're
I
in,
well
you're out.
I don't like to box people in because there's albums I
No,
love that are like 2 hours,
no.
but like
Yeah,
my sweet spot is like 40 minutes. Like a
yeah,
lot, like most of my favorite albums are like around that range, I think.
yeah. No, for sure. But look, Ellie, where would if you could be listening to this album any place in the world, anytime, where would it be? Paint us that picture. Like where are you at? Where are you at?
All right, I've got a clear idea here.
Got a clear idea.
We're gonna be at a hilltop.
Ooh,
We're gonna be in between two trees. We're gonna be on a swinging bench.
swinging
It's gonna
bench.
be it's gonna be a dark summer night, and we're
Mhm.
gonna be listening to Carissa's Weird.
I'm picturing that. Letting it sink in.
Let it
Letting it
marinate.
letting it marinate right now. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that
I
a
like
lot.
it.
Also, it feels so. I want to say another thing too is the album feels so 2000s. I love that about it. Like
It
it
does
just
kind of.
gives me that.
It's like the angst of the 90s, but like we're getting to 2002. So it's like a little
Yeah.
more polished. That's like where the
Yeah.
clean mixing comes in. It's
Mhm.
like they're like stuck in the 90s, bro. Like, you know.
Mhm. No, I love it. Like it's just it's great music, man. And honestly, seeing it so like at number 771 overall in the radio music charts, that's kind of crazy. I would think it'd be higher. I would think it'd be higher. Look,
You're a
I know you
fiend,
laugh every
man.
time I
You're
bring
a
up radio
fiend.
music,
That
but like,
was a
bro,
new low. That was a new low. You
no,
just
bro,
said it was
no, bro.
770
Listen,
what?
listen.
Come on.
771. We've recently there have been some people who approached me and they were like, "Y'all are rate your music YouTubers." I'm like, you know what? We just gotta accept it at this point. We're just rate your music YouTubers. Like, what are we gonna do about it, bro?
Listen, I can accept it, but you don't have to go like that far. Like that's like
If rate your
that's
music is our
embarrassing.
audience, bro, Maybe we just gotta pander to our audience, bruh.
Maybe you're right. I should start putting the rated music page up on the screen for every album.
You know what?
Bring trend. Put the chart of trend. The trend.
Low key, that
Yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah,
that
yeah.
bad of an idea. You could even put like the track list. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't even be like a bad idea.
No, it would.
Okay, okay, my bad, my bad, my bad. I'll let you figure it out. I'll let you figure it out. But no, like I don't know, man. I low key been loving sad music. Cause for me, I don't know how y'all use sad music, but when I listen to sad music, I listen to it so that I can like embrace my feelings, kind of let them out a little bit. Once the album's done, I'm like, okay, collect myself, let's pick it all back up, and let's move
I
on.
basically
That's how
just go.
that's how I
Yeah,
use
I
albums.
listen to it, and I just look like Drake in the Take Care cover. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. You're
I'm
just
just
like
pondering.
you're like yeah. No, I
Perhaps
get that.
even in like the new version of it with like the heart in his hair.
Mhm, yeah.
Like that's me for real when I'm listening to this.
Nah, for sure. Like you know, I hate those people who are like, "Oh, you listen to so much sad music. Why do you think you're never happy?" It's like, bro, fuck you. Like, fuck you. Like
Yeah,
no. Like you need music to cover your emotions. You know, I mean, if you are a music fan, like I couldn't imagine someone who only listens to happy music, bro. Like that
I
seems like it'd
mean,
be like torturous.
honestly, I listen to like 90% happy music, but like
I do
I
too,
can acknowledge
but now I want more. I want more to
you
cover
need a
my
little like you can't just live in like a fairy tale world, bro. Like there you gotta
exactly.
confront some real emotions every once in a while, because
Yeah.
You
No,
know
you
what they
can't.
say?
you can't
Variety's the
bottle it up.
spice of life.
Variety is the spice of life.
Mm,
You
that's
know what they
facts.
also say? Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue.
Exactly.
What's another piece of advice? What's a good piece of advice y'all have heard lately that y'all really love?
Make sure you you pray for a bountiful harvest this coming spring season.
Ooh, I
That's a
think I've
good
heard
one.
that
Yeah.
one. That's a good one. What about you, Vaughn?
Um,
Any good
stay
advice?
chill. Stay chill. You
Stay
know,
chill. Stay chill. That's a
stay
good
chill.
one. That's a good one. I really
That's like
like that
my
one. That
motto, basically. That's like
stay chill.
that's my life mantra. Like just stay
Hmm.
chill.
Let's say
Cool
okay, let's say
off.
you're at a so stay chill. Let's apply that. Okay. Let's say you're at a concert. Okay. We're not. It doesn't matter the artist. Someone comes up to you. They're like, "Holy shit, Aris Vaughn, can I take a picture with you?" What's the pose you're throwing up? What's the pose? How you posting up? Oh, you're putting. Oh, very
Ooh.
gentleman-like. Very gentleman-like. I
Just
like it.
simple.
I like it.
Simple. Maybe even this.
Oh,
A little bit of this.
oh, wow. Oh, hold on now. Hold on now. You like who's that one dude? You know the dude that was wearing like the all white on that street and they made him look
Yeah,
like an
yeah, yeah. On the
Eminem?
sidewalk.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
sidewalk. Who was
That's what I'm
that? What was
talking
his name
about.
again? I forget the
That's the
meme.
pose. I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I forget what the meme was called, but yeah, I get the vibes. For me personally, if someone has to take a picture, I'm putting on glasses because I feel like that's got to be my thing online. Like whenever I post pictures, I got to be in glasses. I'm throwing up like a peace sign.
I
What's
like
up?
glasses
Like, what?
too. I'm more comfortable in sunglasses. Unfortunately, you can't
Yeah.
always wear them out. So I mean, in those cases, you
No,
just
but
like
that's the thing. I love wearing sunglasses in places where you're not supposed to be wearing them.
yeah. But then
That's the
like you can't
vibes.
if you're seeing a show, you like literally can't see if you have sunglasses on.
No, no,
Like
no. I'm
it'll
saying
be
just
too
for the
dark.
picture. I'm saying just for the picture.
Okay, so you just bring them
Then you
everywhere you
take them
go.
off.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
do. I brought him
yeah, yeah.
when we were in
No, no, no,
DC. I
no.
brought
That's
him.
valid. That's valid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's valid. You got to keep up the social media presence, right?
What if you're
Create an
seeing Carissa's
aesthetic.
weird and you're like you've been crying, like you're like emotional, bro, but like someone approaches you,
Yeah.
like what if you get
No,
caught off guard?
I put on the glass. You haven't seen that photo of me crying at the Igor
I
tour
know
and
I
I had my
have.
glasses on?
But
Yeah.
are you gonna show your emotions though? Like you're not gonna try to hide them?
Yeah, I'm gonna let the cry and I'm here.
Let
And
the
then the person's gonna be like,
teardrop.
just saw Carissa's weird. Spiked just
Did
met
you guys
spiked and he was
notice that
crying.
that weird is spelled wrong?
Yeah, I did notice that.
Because
That
I
was
just noticed that before this episode.
that's pretty weird, right?
That's pretty weird.
Would you pronounce it right?
Dude,
Would
I
you-
don't
would
know
you-
how else you'd pronounce it.
I don't think it's spelled wrong.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
No,
dude.
it is. It is. Yeah, it is. My bad. Sorry, I have dyslexia. Sorry, my bad.
No,
I'm
you
like, it's
don't,
like
bro.
tripping me out.
You're
No, do you ever,
appropriating
like, look-
dyslexia now.
Do you ever look at words and you look at it for so long, you're like, that doesn't look right, but it's the right spelling? Do you ever do that?
No.
I do that all the time. You just don't want to admit it because
No,
you're a toxic
that's
man.
just stupid people.
No, because you're just a toxic male.
All right, you gotta chill, bro.
I'm staying chill. I'm staying
Pay-
chill.
Pay
You're
for your
spreading
sins.
hate, bro. You're calling people
Nah,
stupid.
it's not hate,
Yeah.
bro. Like Anthony knows I'm playing with him, bro. Like, it's all good.
Pay
I'm staying chill.
pay for your sins, bitch.
Whoa.
You know what they say? When there's too much room in hell, it's when the zombies come.
That's not the quote, bro. No,
Oh, okay,
that's not the
sorry.
quote, bro.
We watched Night of the Dead last night.
Dawn
I
of the
fucked up the
Dead.
quote.
Oh my god.
No, it's Night of the Dead. It's Night of the Dead. Is it not? Oh shit, it is Dawn of the Dead.
Wow.
Oops. Oops. Guilty as charged,
Unbelievable,
guys.
man.
Look,
This is just an embarrassing display.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wrap it
I'm
up.
not-
Wrap it up.
I'm not as smart, guys. Okay, look. This album is awesome. I'm glad you showed it to me, Ellie. We appreciate it because it's honestly beautiful. Low key,
Thank you.
Ellie, guys, if y'all don't know, she got one of the best tastes around. Let's be real. She's got some good, eclectic taste. Maybe a couple months before this, I don't know. But nowadays, it's fire. Ellie's constantly putting me on. I get put on,
Hey.
and I rarely get put on nowadays.
I love everyone's taste. You know, if you're out in the world, I love your taste, man. I'm staying chill.
For sure.
If you're
No,
listening,
I have a
listening to
thing.
music
I have a
out
thing
there,
where I will never
I love
say
it.
I think someone taste is bad. I may not like it, but I'll never say it's bad because it's their taste.
That's not true, guys. That's not true.
Ah, that's true. That's true. That's
That's
true.
not true.
Unless you
Hold on,
listen
hold
to.
on. I got a secret to tell you.
I don't think Ellie's gonna be next to.
Don't
I
Next
tell
to
don't.
me.
me.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be there on the layout. I'm actually not sure, but
I thought I go top right.
No, I think the guest goes on this side, and we're over
Oh,
Wait.
here.
fuck.
I don't know why.
So you'd
I
have
don't
to be like
remember our own
this. You have to
layout.
be like this.
Let me
There you
fix
go.
this real quick. Chair guys.
What is this man doing, bro? What is this man doing, bro?
I'm
So unprofessional.
looking it up, man. Yeah. So you're gonna be,
You have to be like-
on the right, on the
Yep.
top right, and then I'm gonna be on the top left.
So you
So I
just
had it
gotta
ri-
do
I
this,
had it
and she did it,
right.
and she did it. She did
No,
it
no. You were pointed towards the right.
like this.
Is my camera flipped?
I guess so.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Sick.
We'll figure it out.
So you,
Everyone
So wait,
gets a secret.
I'm talking to you
Everyone-
now. And then you turn that. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. We got it. Look, let's give our top threes. And then we'll have a little discussion, wrap it up. Vaughn. Actually, no, Ellie, give me your top three. I want to hear your top three.
My favorite track is September Come and Take This Heart Away.
Love.
And then second favorite, probably the closer track. It was probably Green.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna go with Ignorant Piece of Shit.
That's great. Vaughn, let me know, bro.
Honestly, I don't really have a top three because everything is just like it's pretty
Morphed.
equal. It's pretty equal for me. But I do
Yeah,
have a
no,
favorite
that
track
is
for
what
sure.
that is what I will say about this album real quick. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but like
Well, you
But like
did.
with albums like these, where they're like, okay, well, I don't give a fuck. Album like these, where they're really sad, like, they kind of blend, and I love that they blend because it just feels like one entire movement, and I love that. So the songs
Yeah.
did kind of mesh, but I definitely went back a second time and just looked at tracks so I could definitely have a solid top three. So go ahead, give me your top three, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really know. But my number one for sure. This one like hit me like hard, bro. Like this is
Like a truck.
like a truck, man.
Yeah.
Farewell to all these rotten teeth. Like, damn, that is just
Oh
like
yeah.
like when all the instruments come in. That's got me reflecting, bro. That's like peak Take Care Drake and Pose
Mhm.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my top one.
What else? Oh, okay.
That's
Anything
my
else?
top one, and then everything else is tied.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
You
But
didn't
look,
let the album marinate.
didn't
Yeah,
let it
let it
marinate. You didn't.
I gotta have it marinate. I didn't have much time to let it marinate.
You gotta get the album. You gotta rub it all over you. Just kind of let it sink in. Let it sink in.
I don't know how
Here's
I
my
feel
top
about
three.
that.
Here's my top three. Okay. Sophisticated fuck princess, please leave me alone. It's my
Wait,
favorite
Anthony,
track on
hold
there.
up.
What's up? What's up?
Did you start?
Did you start? Okay, hold on. I'm starting. That's my first. You wouldn't get it, Vaughn. I'll show you. We'll show you afterwards. Sophisticated fuck
Inside
princess,
joke.
please leave me alone. Second track, silently leaving the room. The second track on the album is my second favorite song. Coincidences, ladies and gentlemen. Third favorite track, honestly, I was feeling the piano song, bruh. I was feeling the piano song. That's a beautiful track right there. Absolutely beautiful track. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the albums we got for you today on the Cherry Guys podcast. We're gonna move away from different content from the podcast. I think whenever we're only gonna really do it when we have something big to talk about. We're gonna focus on making more tier lists. We're thinking about doing some madness brackets, and we're still gonna bring some of the chair guys on. You know, we're gonna bring guests on. Okay, so y'all best be looking out in the near future for that. Vaughn, is there anything you want to say that you've been listening to this week that you want to highlight?
Um, I mean, it's
Or
basically I was just listening to these three albums, and also, we'll talk about this at the end of the year more so.
Mhm.
I've been bumping that Jid album, bro. It's growing on me. I'm not gonna lie. So that's been in my rotation. Oh, also, I Most Def been in the rotation. I'm in a hip hop mood. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Real hip hop.
I know. Did he did not just bring up hip hop? I know. Did you did not just bring up hip hop?
I
It's not
love hip hop.
music. This
I
is a
love hip
music
hop.
podcast.
No, don't say that. Okay, okay,
It
don't say
doesn't
that.
have
Okay,
harmony or melody.
that's fair. Wub. Ellie, what's been in your rotation that you might want to give a shout out to? We love giving shouts out here on the Chair Guys.
People, I'm gonna give a shout out to Kiriano.
Kiriano. Ellie put me on Kiriano. Some plug music. Really cool, really dope. They produce their own stuff, right?
hmm
Super cool. Definitely check out Kiriano. O3 Security. Don't check it out too much though. We're gonna keep it.
Keep it on the low.
Keep it on the. Yeah. Don't say where you got it from. Don't say where you got it from. But okay. Anything else you want to shout out?
No.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to this artist that I found a couple months back, and I thought was really cool. And I started just kind of finally just start dipping my toes more into their discography. Kaido, this electronic kind of like trance tech house artist. Listen to this album 100 million light years. First of all, one of my favorite covers ever, and just in general the music just beautiful to turn on. You know, I always love finding that kind of music, that, you know, house music that you can just kind of turn on. You don't even really got to groove to. You just got to let it envelop you. I absolutely love it. Big shouts out. And that's really the only shout I want to give. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we want to give our final shout out from the three of us to Todd Edwards.
Yes.
We love you, Todd. Todd Edwards. Yep,
Shout
he's
out
wearing
Todd
the
Edwards.
shirt. He's wearing the merch. I'm not wearing it, but I got the CDs. So, you know, we always got to show off the CDs. We're gonna look, guys. We're gonna get Todd on. We're gonna try everything in our power. It'll be my dying wish to do an interview with Todd Edwards. Okay, you guys are done. Okay, look, we appreciate you all so much for coming out to the podcast. We love you all. Like I said, make sure to
Love.
subscribe. You know, we
Love.
actually appreciate the love you guys have been showing the
Love.
channel. Truthfully and honestly, we're gonna try and make more of that content for you guys. So we appreciate it. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
Ring the bell.
Bye bye. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Bye bye.